Hi and welcome back and welcome to tense. About the tense, we will talk about the present tense, the past tense, and the future tense. Under the present tense, we'll talk about the simple present tense, the present continuous, the present perfect tense, and the present perfect continuous tense. Under the past, we'll talk about the simple past tense, the past continuous tense, the past perfect tense, and the past perfect continuous tense. Last but not the least, the future. We'll talk about the simple future tense, the future continuous tense, the future perfect tense, and the future perfect continuous tense. But now we start with the simple present tense. I hope you are ready. So let's get started. So here, as you can see, is how do we use the simple present tense. We use the simple present tense when the action is general, the action happens all the time or habitually in the past, present, and future. The action is not only happening now. The statement is always true. For example, John drives a taxi. John drives a taxi. When we say John drives a taxi, we are not just talking about present, now. We are talking about past, present, future. So you see that it is John's job to drive a taxi. He does it every day, which means we are talking about past, present, and future. So we use the simple present tense when the action is general, happens all the time or habitually in the past, present, and future. The action is not only happening now. The statement is always true. Like the example, John drives a taxi. Let's have more examples. Like here I help my friends. If I say I help my friends, I'm not just talking about now. I'm talking about past, present, and future. So you see, we work every day. We work every day. She always greets me. She always greets me. They try their best, because this is different from they are trying their best. You cook for me. You see, this is different from you are cooking for me. We'll talk about that. My children study well. You see, this is not my children are studying well. The baby cries a lot. The baby cries a lot. You're talking about past, present, and future. So this is not the baby is crying. Or for example, the baby is crying a lot. People provoke you sometimes. People provoke you sometimes. Ali smiles at you. Ali smiles at you. He speaks angrily. So you see, this is not he speaking angrily. I help my friends is different from I am helping my friends. We work every day is different from we are working. She always greets me is different from she is greeting me. They try their best is different from they are trying their best. You cook for me is different from you are cooking for me, and so on. Now these are examples of words. These are words or examples of words that you can make use of to make examples of simple present tense. But let's have a look at this. If I say where do you come from, what I mean is where were you born? Where were you born? Or where do you live? Where do you come from? It means where were you born or where do you live? So I say I come from Nigeria. I come from Nigeria. I mean that I was born in Nigeria or I live in Nigeria. This is just like someone saying he comes from Nigeria, meaning he was born in Nigeria or he lives in Nigeria. So you also hear that he hails from Nigeria, meaning he was born or he lives in Nigeria. So I hope you are not confused. Now let's have a look at here. What I want to explain is, for example, I say I know you. I use know. I do not add anything to it. I mean, I do not say I knows you. I say I know you. So the question is it the same or the remaining pronouns? For example, he. Do I say he know you? She know you? Like my friend know you? Is that correct? Let's have more examples. So for I, there isn't S. I do not say I knows you. I say I know you. I understand. I eat my food, for example. You too, you know me. You can see it is know and know. It is not you knows me. I know. You know. I eat. You eat. Good. They know us. So they too, you have it. It is not they knows us. Or for example, they eats their food. Or they helps us. No. People know us. People know us. You can see for the four examples we have the same thing. No, 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 no. It is not. We do not have knows, 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 and knows. All of you know me. You can see to all of you shares the same thing. All of you know me. All of you know me. But here for she, it changes. We do not say she know me. Sorry, we do not say she know you. We say she knows you. She eats her food. She helps you, for example. So you see, she is different from I when it comes to examples like this. She is different from you, it's different from they, it is different from people and all of you. You can see that he too shares the same house with he shares the same house with she. I say he knows you. He helps you. He understands you, for example. It knows you. It knows you. Ali is a person, a name of a person, male, one person. Ali knows you. I do not say Ali know you. I do not say that. I say Ali knows you. Ali understands you. Ali helps you. Mary is a name of a female. As you know, Mary knows you. I do not say Mary know you, but Mary knows you. So you can see the difference. I, you, they, people, all of you, they share the same house. She, he, it, Ali, it can be John, it can be Daniel, it can be any person, any name, one person. So you can see the house here, he, she, it, Ali, Mary, and so on. Everyone knows you. Everyone knows you. So you see here too, you do not say everyone know you. Everyone know you. You say everyone knows you. Good. Here too, someone knows you, not someone know you, or someone help you. You say someone helps you, for example. Have a look at this one. This is not like all of you. This is none of you, none of you. For this one, you can use either. I mean, using the S or not. You can see that it is none of you knows me, or none of you none of you know me, or none of you knows me. So either is correct. If you say none of you know me, is correct. If you say none of you knows me too, is correct. None of you. Either of you know me. You can see that too here. You've got another type like none of you. So if you say either of you know me, it is correct. If you say either of you knows me too, it's correct. Either of you helps me. Either of you help me. Either of you understand me, or either of you understands me. Good. I hope you are not confused. The audience know me, or the audience knows me. This is a collective name, a name of a group name. The last example, the crowd. Crowd too. Audience is a collective noun. Crowd too is a collective noun. So it is correct to say the crowd know me. The crowd knows me. The crowd help me. The crowd helps me. The crowd wait for me, or the crowd waits for me. Now the question is, if you are not a native speaker, and you want to you are learning English, you want to know how to use that S of the simple present tense, don't worry. The more you listen to the native speakers or people who speak it correctly, the better and the quicker you get used to it and you start using it. So there are certain things that you learn, or you should learn naturally. Even if you study, you read it in a textbook, just try to be listening to native speakers. You will be able to speak it naturally. You don't have to think. You will just be able to say, she knows me, without thinking. It becomes natural. She knows me, he knows me, it knows you, Ali knows you. You don't have to think. I know you. I don't say I knows you. You know me. I do not say you knows me. So there are things that you learn naturally. I mean, if the more you listen to native speakers, the better or quicker you get used to the rules or the way of speaking naturally. I mean, like them. And listen to this sound you see is very important. You just listen, you hear. For example, maybe you give it an hour a day. You're listening to native speakers speak, or people who speak it correctly. So you just start getting used to it. Now let's have more examples. So like here, I go to school, I go to school, I go to school. It's not I goes to school, I goes to school. You go to school, you go to school. Not you goes to school, you goes to school. No. So you just get used to it. It should be very simple. They go to school, they go to school. You don't say they goes to school. People go to school, people go to school, people go to school. I don't say people goes to school. All of you go to school, all of you go to school, all of you know me. For example, you remember the previous examples. Here you remember she knows you, or she knows me. So here too, she goes to school, not she go to school. He goes to school, he knows me, he helps me. It goes to school, not it go, not he go to school. Ali goes to school, not Ali go to school. Mary goes to school, not Mary go to school. Mary knows me, not Mary know me. Everyone goes to school, not everyone go to school. Someone goes to school, someone goes to school, not someone go to school. But you remember, none of you go to school, correct? None of you goes to school, correct too. None of you know me, correct? You remember previous examples. None of you knows me. Either of you go to school, correct? Either of you goes to school, correct? The audience, you remember this is a collective noun, audience. The audience go to school, or the audience go to school, or the audience goes to school. Crowd, collective noun. Collective is a collective name. The crowd go to school, or the crowd goes to school. Remember, I go, I know. You go, you know. They go, they know. People go, people know. All of you go, all of you know. Not I goes, or you goes, or they goes, or people goes, or all of you goes. Here too, she goes, not she go. He goes, not he go. It goes, not it go. Ali goes to school. I don't have to read that. Ali goes, not Ali go. Mary goes, not Mary go. And so on. Good. I'm still talking about the simple present tense. You can see that what we've got is future, meaning you can use it to talk about the future. For example, we start our work tomorrow. We start our work tomorrow. Now, what I mean is, or what I'm saying is, we will start our work tomorrow. It's not difficult to understand. I see you next month. I see you next month. So what I mean is I will, or what I'm saying is I will see you next month. We meet next week. We meet next week. What I mean, or what I'm saying is we will meet next week. Our train leaves at 8 o'clock this morning. What I'm trying to say is, or what I mean is, our train will leave at 8 o'clock this morning. The school term ends the day after tomorrow. You should be able to understand. The school term will end the day after tomorrow. So talking about the tense, if you just get used to listening to native speakers, I keep on saying there are certain things that you understand. You just see that you use them without having to think about, or without thinking, how am I going to use this, or how am I going to say that? Because the action, the body language teaches you, because your eyes see the action of the body, your ears listen attentively, and so on. So I hope you are not confused. Good. As you can see, newspaper headlines, it is often used, the simple present tense, for newspaper headlines. The action has happened, but you see it in the simple present tense form. For example, a student wins 20 million naira. But you open the page, you're going to read it, you do not see wins, but what you see is won, the past tense of win. 3 people die in a car accident. For example, when you open the page, you see what? 3 people died, past tense of die. A teacher meets his old student, but when you open the page, you do not see meets. What you see is met, past tense of meet. A police officer kills a thief. When you open it, you see killed. Young men help an old man. When you open, you see helped, past tense. Good. So that you do not ask, something has happened, past tense, and I see simple present tense here. Why? Now you know. you know another use of the simple present tense. Also, commentaries. For example, if you're watching a football match, what you hear is, for example, player A takes the ball and passes it to B. So commentaries, this too is often player A takes the ball and passes it to B. B moves forward and finds C. C runs fast and scores. So I read it again. Player A takes the ball and passes it to B. B moves forward and finds C. C runs fast and scores. For example, if you're listening to commentaries, you should be able to remember this. I hope you are not confused. I keep on saying it right. Don't worry. And here, as you can see, what we've got is the use of used to. Now, for example, we used to go to work. When you say you used to do something, you're talking about past tense. Some people use it incorrectly. So now you should be able to know that if you say that you used to do something, you're talking about the past tense. You're talking about past tense, not present. If it's something that has to do with if it's something that is not it's not the past tense, like if it is the present tense, where you say is we go to work. I mean, there are people who can say, or who do say, for example, we used to go to work, when what they mean is we go to work. So they do not know that when you say you used to do something, that is not present, meaning present tense, but what? Past tense. Like for example, we used to trust you. If you tell someone that you used to trust them, if the person understands English, what they would or could think is that you don't trust them anymore. You are talking about past tense. So if it's something that, like, if it is the present, what you are supposed to say is we trust you. We trust you. We trust you. Parents used to help their children. By using used to here, you're talking about the past. You're talking about past tense, not present tense. But you see, if you mean the present tense, then we use, or what you say is parents help their children. They used to respect you. You're talking about past tense. So if what you mean you're talking about the present tense, just say they respect you. They respect you. Our last example, you used to cook for me. You're talking about past tense. So if you know that the person like cooks for you today, tomorrow, so on, you just say you cook for me. What I mean to say is that some people use used to incorrectly. Used to in examples like this, you used to go somewhere, you used to do something, you used to take something, should be used for something that that happens, or should be used for past tense, because that is what it means. It does not mean what is for the present tense. So for example, it's possible you hear someone say, I used to go to school, when in fact what they mean is they go to school. They do not know that the use of used to there is for past tense. Like I used to rest at home, instead of saying I rest at home. If you say you used to go to, like we used to go to work, it is not wrong. We go to work is not wrong. We used to trust you is not wrong. We trust you is not wrong. But the meaning is different. We used to go to work is different from we go to work. We used to trust you is different from we trust you. Parents used to help their children is different from parents help their children. I hope that is understood. For example, that here we've got we don't used to go to work. You see here you've got two things that are not supposed to be together. What I mean is you have don't. Don't is present, and used to do something is past. I mean past tense. So you should not use you should not have an example of a sentence like this. You should either say we don't go to work. You see, you are talking about present tense. Or we did not used to go to work. You see, this is past. But do not say we don't used to go to work, because you have don't, which is present, and used to do something which is past. So you should either have the present form or the past form. Like you say, for example, you don't say we don't used to trust you. We don't used to trust you. Don't use it this way. What you should say is we don't trust you. So you have the present tense here. Or you say we didn't used to trust you. We didn't used to trust you. See here, this is past. Another example, parents don't used to help their children. Don't have a sentence like this. So you either say parents don't help their children, talking about now or the present tense, or you should have parents didn't used to help their children if what you mean is past tense. So if you mean the present tense, you use present. Parents don't help their children, and if what you mean is past tense, you use parents didn't used to help their children. The last example, they don't used to respect you. They don't used to respect you. You either say they don't respect you. They don't respect you, talking about the present tense, or they didn't used to respect you. They didn't used to respect you if what you mean is the past tense. I hope that was not difficult. Good. And here, this is the other use of used to. For example, we've got we are used to going to work. We are used to going to work. You can see that here is not we used to go to work. It is we are used to going to work. What it means here is that we are familiar with going to work. We are used to cooking for you. This means we are familiar with cooking for you. You see that this is not we used to cook for you. Parents are used to helping their children. You see, this is not parents used to help their children. They are used to fighting. You can see that it is not. They're used to fight. You are used to training. That is our last example. You can see that it is not. You used to train. So the meaning of used to here is familiar with. Familiar with. Good. And here the use of do, did, and to. Let's have examples. For example, you say I do remember you, or I did remember you. That is how it should be. I'm talking of the word remember. But you don't say I do remembered, or I did remembered. No, because of the do or did, you use it in that form. It should be remember, not this past, not the past tense or the form that is in the past tense. So I do remember you, or I did remember you. That is how it should be. It should not be remembered. So you see, we do love our parents, or we did love our parents. But you don't say we do loved our parents, or we did loved our parents. Do you know me? Do you know me? Or did you know me? But you do not say do you knew me? No. Or did you knew me? No. It should be no. It should not be knew. Do you know me, or did you know me? That is correct, but not do you knew me, or did you knew me? Do you see me, or did you see me is correct, but not do you saw me, or did you saw me? Do you have some money, or did you have some money? But not do you had some money, or did you had some money? I think that was very easy, right? So when you use the do or did, you should not use the past form. You can see we say remember, not remembered, love, not loved, know, not knew, see, not saw, have, not had. Now let's move to to. Like for example, I say I wanted to see you, That is the correct form, but I do not say, it is not correct to say I wanted to saw you, Do not say that. We intended to go home, but not we intended to went home. We intended to went home. My friend wants to take some rest. But not my friend wants to took some rest. No. Do you wish to eat now? But not do you wish to eat now? No. I would like to know about you, but not I would like to know about you. So to see, not to saw. To go, not to went, to take, not to took, to eat, not to ate, to know, not to knew. I hope the use of to and did, do, did, and to has been understood. And until next time.